Oh yeah, what's going on guys? So today I'm going to be bringing you another Dopa review. Around about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I brought to you a Twisted Fate commentary. Today is going to be his Phase Rush Orianna. One of the first players, or maybe even the first player to start running that Phase Rush Orianna. I'll break it down a little bit later into the gameplay. And just before we get into today's game, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on this video, guys. For an Emerald Chroma of the new Papercraft Anivia skin. This skin is sweet. I have exclusively through the League Partnership Program, we get given green chromas. So these skins are going to be some of the rarest down the line ever, because only really these League Partner content creators can give them out. So to enter, just give a like on the video and comment your server and your IGN below. It's only going to be for NA, EU West, and OS players, unfortunately. So just leave a comment of your IGN and just drop a like on the video, boys. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into today's gameplay of DOPA'S beautiful Orianna. And you're going to take note, today's gameplay, he's not going to have like an insane team that just carries him. A lot of people, not really carries him, but if you know what I mean, a lot of people comment, why do you always pick the gameplays where all of his team's doing well? Or why does DOPA'S teammates always do well? You'll see in this gameplay, his team falls behind pretty far in the early game, and he doesn't really do that well early on. But he manages to always come back into the later stages of the game, keep his mental state in a really good position, and come out with the win. So without further ado, as always, let's get into the gameplay. Watching the replay now, guys, we can see Dopa starts with that Q. This is pretty much to get brush control early on. A lot of the junglers like to contest this pixel ward brush, which is super important for scuttle control and early jungle pathing. Looking at the runes now, Dopa's gone for that phase rush, mana flow band, absolute focus and scorch. And for some sustain and lane, he's gone for domination secondary. This is very common on things like Orianna. He has that taste of blood and the ravenous hunter. So you see there, the pixel brush. Dopa tries to get his ball out to give the jungler a little bit of vision so he can get in, but he takes a lot of pokes. So you're going to assume this Lux can kind of dominate the first level or two until Dopa can sustain that. I think Dopa's going to try and shove the Lux in. The worst thing possible for against the Lux lane is just getting shoved in under tower and taking so much poke. So you watch how he does this early wave management. 2 autos onto one minion, 1 auto onto another, and leaves the last. So for these melee minions, you have 2 options at level 1. You can wait for them to get very low when you're playing things like Twisted Fate and you red card them all as they all get very low. A lot of the times you'll get all 3 minions, but the shove won't be going into them. It'll be much slower. Dopa opts to shove it. He preps the minions, and he doesn't miss any of them, and it gets the wave hard shoving into the Lux early on. She started Q, looking for that poke, that pick, sorry, in that river early on. So she's never going to be able to shove back into Dopa until maybe level 2, level 3 with the E. So Dopa's taking control. He has complete priority in lane. Priority, of course, is going to allow him to move to the skirmishes early on in the jungle first. And you can see here, he's already beating the Lux. You can see if Lux commits for this, she misses a shit ton of XP. And she is committing. Dopa getting as much auto trades as he can here. Lux, of course, missed out on a lot of experience. But it ends up being a loss. Most likely because Jace is level 2, Camille's level 1. Jace got priority first. Kindred didn't respect it. And they end up getting a double kill. Dopa probably could have got a kill there. But the problem is Dopa would have had to flash for it. He probably would have went 1 for 1. And he wouldn't have been able to come back to lane and pick up all of this experience and this farm. So Dopa opts not to commit, come back to the lane. It's bouncing back to him now. And he's already starting to get a bit of advantage on the Lux, even though she does get that assist off. Wave's coming through for a drive-by. Dopa can't really do anything. This wave is far too big to freeze, so he kind of has to sit there, take it, and hope that Kindred doesn't get another skirmish against this Graves early on. You can see Kindred pinging out the Graves. This Graves is smart. Knows Dopa is under tower, and the Lux is probably going to be working with him. Lux coming back in a lane now. Dopa has the wave in a perfect spot now. He really wants to start moving up and denying the Lux a lot of this experience. But the problem is the Graves could be really, like the Graves right now could easily be sitting in the mid lane bot side brush. So he needs to be super careful. He does have the cleanse, so if the Lux catches him with the Q, he's fine. But still doesn't want to blow those summoners early on. Wave is hard shoving back into the Lux now. If the Lux E's onto the wave to try and poke Dopa, you can see how Dopa's posturing. He's kind of baiting it out. If she puts that E in there, the wave might bounce back to him. He can set up another freeze. But DOPA'S just deciding he wants to push it into the tower now. I love watching DOPA'S Orianna. It's always really like, it's so, his wave control is just so strong and is zoned with the Qs. It's just so nice to watch. It's always really important to watch where he puts the balls and how he uses the balls to harass and just like slowly deny minion by minion against his lane opponent and builds huge CS leads come mid, come late. Putting Lux on the tower here. She's out of mana. She doesn't have teleport anymore. She really doesn't have any options. DOPA'S is completely in control of the lane. Has that level advantage. This is pretty much the stems from that early roam that DOPA'S decided not to commit for. Come back and pick up the experience. So right now, DOPA'S is in complete control. Unfortunately, his Kindred is not doing the best of jobs. But if the Kindred was wanting to invade or wanting to skirmish right now, DOPA'S can always move first. And this is what you're looking for when you're playing something like the Orianna early on in the mid lane. Oh, damn, this Lux is just investing so much. I really don't know about this Lux, to be honest. Going teleport. He has, I think, shield bash and bone plating, maybe. Interesting runes. I don't think I've seen anybody else run that. Guy might be innovating though. We'll see. We're gonna hard shove this in. Probably get a base now. 44 farm. He has enough with Lost Chapter. Maybe boots. Graves are gonna come in and pick that farm up. We'll see if Graves looks to deny the base. This jungler is really smart, actually, this Graves. He knows that DOPA'S wants the base. Yep, perfect. The Graves grabs the wave. He knows that this is going to deny DOPA'S a shit ton. You can see the cannon there. DOPA'S says, fuck no, I'm not giving this. And he comes through, hard shoves it. After this hard shove, now he'll base. Get out of vision here. It's unlikely that Lux can stop him, but you'll see a lot of players like Faker, like Rookie, Chovy. They know exactly when the enemy mid's looking to base, they'll come up and stop it. And you can kind of do that vice versa, where you're harassing them. DOPA'S going to be out of mana and can't really do much. So he picks up that Lost Chapter, gets the boots, has no health potions though. No, sorry, has one health potion, no control wards, rather. So he's not going to have much vision in the lane against the Graves, against the Jace possibly, who looks to be building a huge lead, 4-1 at the moment. You can see the goal. His team is down 5 kills to 1 at the moment. But yeah, just talking about the runes now, this phase rush. I've actually seen a lot of players like Rookie recently been going phase rush on things like the Syndra, sorry, bringing back something like, because way back when Storm Raiders was around, it was so much superior to the other runes. That Storm Raiders on things like the Orianna, the Syndra. It's a little bit harder to proc now, especially for things like Syndra, but it's definitely the best summoner, in my opinion. More so for Orianna than Syndra because of the burst reasons. But just because you can QW auto, and it's pretty much like a poverty ghost, you can evade ganks, you can catch up onto 2v2 skirmishes. It just gives so much more utility to a kit that doesn't really need the extra damage. You can see how much speed it gives him here to avoid ganks. And just to really, it opens up a lot of different playstyles that weren't really available beforehand because of how shit Ghost is in the mid lane. You can't run Ghost in the mid lane, in my opinion. Absolute dog shit summoner spell. I'd love to see them buff it. Far out. DOPA'S almost getting that Lux there. Completely disrespects him. He has flash. We'll see if the Lux stays. You can see him looking to deny the base now. Knowing the timing perfectly. You see there. Beautiful. Just like I was talking about before. Good mid laners. You always want to be stopping these bases. You deny so much more by doing so. And you open up your jungler more because you can obviously their mids and base while you're ready to pounce on 2v2. His mana's looking pretty low, but he wants to hard shove this before getting the blue. He pings to his jungler. I hate, like, the best thing about high elo junglers is they know that you don't want to be getting denied too much. Like, if DOPA'S roams there for the blue and then comes back to lane, you lose so much, okay? It pisses me... Oh my fucking god. DOPA'S is fuming. It pisses me off when junglers start blue in the worst possible time. Like, say a whole wave is crashing under tower with the cannon, and they're like, come get blue now. Yeah, if you don't take come get blue now, it's gone. I'm taking it. It's like, dude, why do you do this? So you see DOPA'S getting that tier, which is quite strange. Most Oriannas right now are going for the Ludens. I've seen Dopa even at times go Ludens into the tier. He loves this mana, and recently he's been going, it's pretty situational on what he goes. It just really depends how he's doing in lane. Right now, obviously, he didn't get that blue, so he decides he needs the extra mana. The enemy jungler is much better, or performing much better on the map than the Kindred, so he decides, I need the mana. You're obviously going to get more mana from the tier than you're going to be getting from a blasting, so he opts for that. The mana is more important than the damage at this point in the game. Moving into the river now. Really doesn't have much vision out. Pretty risky. Clearing this control ward out. Looking to get that shutdown on the Jace. The Alistair's committed for the Roam Morgana. Typical Korean supports. All roaming topside. An absolute bloodbath in the topside right now. The Lux is going to follow this up as well. Dopa's trying to sneak in. I think they know he's here. They're all low. I think Dopa wants to defend it, or at least just catch the wave. There we go. Just ults that wave, making sure not to get dove. But now the problem is, yep, he has no way back, and oh, the TP coming out. He's trapped. He's pincered. This Graves is not giving up on this gank. They have to commit. They have to commit on this wave. Dopa moving in. Morgana gets a beautiful flash ult. Dopa drops. He dies. And oh my fucking god. This, like, his team is so far behind at this point in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if Azot's team was looking to give up. 10 kills to 2 at 11 minutes. Dopa dies. He has both summoners. Lux is still 30 farm behind. Picks up a control ward, of course. Ezreal gets that snipe out, which is nice on the Lux. And Dopa's going to come back to lane, get some control. The wave's going to be in a pretty good spot. So, I mean, although this team is down a shit ton, he's not in the worst of positions. And when you've got something like an Ezreal with the double tiers scaling, and of course him with the tier scaling, I think they'll be fine. As long as, like, Orianna Kindred is a really nice combo to have. It just depends if this Jace gets a split push off and takes control, or the Jace fucks up a couple times and gets picked. It's all on what the Jace does with his lead, in my opinion. Shut down on the Graves. That's a 700 gold bounty. Beautiful. Dopa still doesn't really have that much damage now because he's opted for the tier build. You've really just got to, yeah, like, you just got to slowly poke her out. But you can see he really doesn't have that much AP. She's gone for she's going for Athene's absolute beta on this Lux. Just going complete supportive build for the Graves. I think she's just decided, okay, I'm not winning this one, boys. I'm going to be complete support. But using that movement speed there, using a little bit of poke to try and just harass her out of lane. She's standing her ground. Here comes the Graves, of course. Graves is eating up a lot of this farm here. This Lux is definitely not impressing me at all. See him move up here now. Clear this wave in. We'll see if he stays around. He's running a little bit low on mana. He probably almost has enough gold soon for the Seraphs. Perfect. I'm gonna get this buy-in. He's gonna get a little bit of a spike now, which is nice. Unless he only... Yeah, okay. He has enough. He gets it. Has a control ward now. Both summoners. I think he, honestly, in this next team fight, or in like a 2v2 skirmish, can definitely get back into the game. The huge farm lead he has over the Lux is probably one of the most important things. And I think the difference pretty much is that Lux is just being completely selfless, while Dopa is being pretty selfish. He's not committing for a lot of the roams, not putting himself under the risk of getting caught. Going under tower, you can see he altered that top side tower, that top wave to prevent the roam, prevent the dive, and he's getting pretty big leads from it, which is definitely can win him the game. Just needs to get some type of opportunity. Finally grabs a blue. His Ezreal's doing really well, honestly. Flux, man. There we go. There we go. Oh, the Graves. The Graves is just there at every perfect moment. This Jace is going to clean this kill up. No escape for the Kindred. Dopa's got a bail. It was a pretty good pick attempt, but the enemy jungle, this Graves, is just seemed to be always in the right spot at the right time, and that is just a telltale sign that this guy's really good at playing the game, really good jungler, map awareness. Good players are always in the right places at the right... It seems like, oh my god, this guy's always the right place, right time, but he just has a really good read on the map and the players and what's going to be happening in the lead up to the events. Pretty interested to see what this Ezreal does. No towers dropped at all. Usually Ezreal, like an Ezreal Alistar lane, really wants to group mid. But Dopa playing Orianna can't really side lane. But I guess with the phase rush, he can probably side lane a little bit better than he used to be able to. If he's running for something like the Aerie. Moving in now. A little bit of a lull in the gameplay. I would be, if I was that Graves, I'd be looking to drop that Rift Herald. And get that mid lane tower down. Dopa's pinging out, yep. He's going to move through, but very cautiously. You can see, you're always going to be using these balls to just check the brushes and look for vision. It's going up top now. I think the Graves is going to be top side. Yeah, I think they're on that Rift. Grabs the chicken camp as always. As a mid laner, this is your camp. I'm so sorry, jungle mains, but when I have downtime, I have nothing to do, I'm taking that camp. League of Legends, you have to be selfish. It is a selfish game, guys. You are the only consistent factor in all of your solo queue games. Take the resources, try and perform with them. If you can't perform, do your VOD review and look at how you can use them better. Because if you give people... If you give your teammates the gold and they fuck up, that's like... You can't control that. But if you take the gold, you're at least in control of what happens in the outcome, if you know what I mean. You never want to put your eggs in other people's baskets. If you want to have all your eggs in your own basket. What you want to do? Take full control of the game. Take responsibility if you can't win. That's what it's about. Because if you give a lot of the farm side lane to your AD carry and they get caught, it's easy to start blaming them. Oh, if my AD carry did this better, blah, blah, blah. Oh, fuck him. Take all the gold. And if you get caught, I could have done this better. I could do this better. Ezreal doing super well on the bot side now. 10 CS per minute. Has the gauntlet. Scaling, my man. He is scaling. They're fine. They're fine. Only 2k behind. And 1 Drake. Only a mountain. See Dopa. He's just trying to slowly defend. If he gets caught here, though, it's just a fucking disaster. He's trying to set this red buff up for the Ezreal. He knows the Ezreal is super far ahead. There's no way this Ezreal doesn't take this, yeah? Yeah. Wait, Dopa takes the red? Ezreal says, fuck it, you take it. I'm actually very surprised. A team fight here could be really good for them. Dopa, oh shit. Dopa's just got to make sure to get that nice shockwave. That's all it's about. An Ali combo into a shockwave into Ezreal poke. Team fight 1. This Camille is absolutely useless at the moment though, so they have to be very careful. The Jace is in the fight and the Camille's not. It's just... Jace might as well count for 2 people. Ali looking for the setup on the Kali. Watch out. Oh, that Morgana flash is straight onto him. Dopa burns the flash. I think I would have rather saw the cleanse and keep the flash. Not looking like the best of fights, but this... Oh, man, oh, man. The cleanse comes out now. And this is just not what you want to see, is it? Absolutely not. Whole team dead. Jay splitting in a side lane. Monumental nightmare for the red side team here. Graves still has that Rift Herald. He gets those Sork Shoes. And a needlessly large, okay? He's looking to get a lot of AP, ramping it up. Looking to just hit like a... Gotta hit a 3-4 man Shockwave to revive this game. Not many bounties on the enemy team either. Only Graves with the 450 gold bounty. Really nice to see. If you're in a position like Dopa is now, there's like, you know, there's 1 or 2 people with 1,000 gold bounties. It's just like, okay, kill these people, get a lot of gold, come back. But it's not like that this game. I actually haven't watched this game out at all, so I don't really know how it gets played out. Looking to set up a dragon defense here. That's Jace TP or Lux? Ooh, it looks like they caught the Kalista out. Maybe. They hard commit chase this though. What? Oh shit. What's it gonna net them? Because I think the enemy team just takes the Drake. Someone's got to farm that topside wave as well. Ezreal's gonna go up there and farm it. They grab the air Drake. Okay. Shitty Drake. I think mid lane's gonna drop, honestly. If put the Rift Tower on that bad boy. Gone. Maybe dropped it earlier. Ezreal picks up a shit ton of farm topside. If Camille gets a little bit of experience bot side, that's a big wave. They collect the 2 waves. They collect the Kalista. It's Dopa and it's Ezreal against the world. The Alistar seems like a half-decent player as well, I'm not gonna lie. And as an Orianna, I mean, that's what you need, man. A good engage, like a consistent engage tool, like an Alistar where you put your ball on it. Just so nice to have if you flash knockups. Dopa moving in. He's actually got a bit of damage right now. Thinking about popping the ult. I think if he got 1 more Q, he was going for it. No sums now though. Dopa has to play very passive, you can see. Going a long way around. If he gets caught by a Lux Q, he's done. Just trying to keep this goddamn mid lane turret up. He's got to care for the Jace. Yep, for the Jace on that side, of course. Could be a decent ult. Gets a 2-man. Dodges out in the Lux. Ooh, and Dopa drops down. No summoner spells. Archangel is already popped. This team taking full control. High tempo. I don't see how they defend this. Dopa gets an Aether Wisp as well. Obviously looking for the Spellbinder. Good dive. Good backfire. Kindred's dropped, but the Ezreal is goddamn full and just poking. This Ezreal got to do work. Got to do work here. Holy shit! It is an ace. My god, this is not what you want to see from Dopa. You can see like Dopa has played well this game. Tiny missteps, but in his defense, he's trying to salvage the game back into his hands. And if he just completely does nothing, he does no proactive plays or no proactive movements, or never puts him in a position like he was to get some type of comeback, you're just gonna put up no resistance to that. Lux is griefing. Put up no resistance to the enemy team. You see this phase rush, man, going quick. Absolutely, of course, he grabs 2 kills there. Pretty much for no reason. This Lux is just possibly a Season 8 diamond getting up into this matchmaking. Diamond 5. Morgana's going to be spewing over that as well. Going to put a little bit of another little bit of a null in the game, where they can get some Baron vision, deny the Baron rush, and just start farming the waves. Ezreal is in a really good spot, and so is Dopa now. Dopa's going to have that Spellbinder completed for the next fight. Blue side team is going to be looking to set up with the Baron and then close. Has both sums up as well now. I want to see how much a QW does. Probably not much until he gets that next item. I farm these chickens or what? Oh, he has that Spellbinder. He's going to go complete it. What if he goes Spellbinder in Death Cap? That AP spike would be fucking huge. Goes for the Void Staff. Not the Void Staff, sorry, the Blasting Wand. So many items can be built. Banshee's Veil wouldn't be too bad against a Lux and a Morgana. Morello, I wouldn't really think of Morello at this point. Void Staff, no, because the only MR they have is on the Lux. Deathcap, obviously you can't build it from the blasting, so it's probably gonna be a Banshees or a Morello. Moving in mid now. Blue buff spawning soon. He really wants this blue. Pick on the Lux. Alistair follows it up. This Lux is just gifting on a silver platter. Popping this mid lane tower down, perhaps. Can't risk it. And you can see here, a lot of players, guys, even myself, in the position where he was at, where his whole team got, the whole team just got aced, huge deficits. A lot of people just give up. They say, fuck it, this game's gonna be too hard to win, FF. Dopa really does stay composed. He gets that double kill, brings the team back into the game. And his movements are still very confident, getting control of objectives. And obviously that farm lead is 100. You got a Flame Horizon on the Lux here. Even though the Graves has stolen a lot of that farm. Still really providing huge gold leads in the mid. How much movement speed he has now? Spellbinder and the Phase Rush. Actually, Usain Bolt. Kindred playing super aggro here. Still has the ultimate to drop down. I think Kindred's a really nice pick right now. I don't know what's better, Conqueror or Pressed Attack. I heard Conqueror Kindred's really good. 5-stack that in a skirmish and you're going big. Battle control. Oh, that is an ultimate and a half coming out of Dopa. Probably the most perfect. Oh shit, if they pick this guy, they can do the Baron. Dopa. Oh, Dopa fucks up the Q. Oh, you hate to see it. If he hit that, that was probably going to be a Baron. Now this Baron is probably one of the riskiest things I've ever... oh, they're going to start it as well. Gonna give me a fucking heart attack. Yep, here we go. Korean Baron. Make or break the game. Watch how Dopa positions, okay? He's not in the pit. He's zoning with the ball. No summoners, though. If he gets caught, he's done. Ezreal picks the Callista. Dopa's still just sitting that ball there, looking for control. I think that Jace is very low. Yep, Jace is 1 health. Dopa, nice smite, Kindred. Dopa gets the Baron. Oh, he didn't have smite. Dopa gets the Baron. Ezreal picks off the Jace, and now they're even in gold and back into it. So you can see there, if you're playing something like the Syndra, the Orianna, instead of just sitting in the pit and like damaging the Baron, your #1 job is to prevent the enemy team from entering the Baron pit, entering the river, and zone them away as much as possible. Dopa gets that Banshees. This prevents a lot of the risk of getting caught out from something like the Morgana Q, the Lux Q, and even the poke from the Jace. It's going to help out a lot. Gets that Elixir, knows the next team fight, the game's going to close. If they get a pick right, like literally right now, they can just end the game, run mid. Dopa's just waiting on this Elixir purchase. On like activating it. This is the best way to use it, guys. If you can, you don't want to activate it in the base. It's just, you're getting inefficient time. You're getting a lot of downtime on it where you're not really using it. Just before our ultimate. Pop that Spellbinder, pop that Elixir. Fucking hell, how much extra AP is that? Actually, that's actually insane. Committing to the split push here. Coming across. I want to see him use the Spellbinder for this fight. Still has Elixir. Watching his inventory. Spellbinder's popped. Elixir has not been popped. Hold on to it. Pops it now. He definitely should have popped it before the fight, but... small mistake. Base is probably going to get picked here. He's got to be cautious. They get the ace. They still have the Baron. They could win the game if they ran mid, maybe. Who's up? Lux and Morg. Jace is 40, though. It might just be an inhib and maybe 1 or 2. I mean, if they get 2, they're probably going to commit. They're Koreans. We'll see. Dopa says no. We're going to be getting an inhib, playing it safe. Top side. Ah, man. Jace has left the game. He's assuming it's over. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm one of those greedy fuckers who goes for the end there. Entire team gets to the Nexus, everybody dies. Enemy team just runs it down mid, ends the game, and then I punch a hole in my wall. Not really, but I get very angry. Dopa decides, fuck no, I'm playing it safe. Topside farm, grab it. Blue buff, grab it. I guarantee the whole team on the blue side is flaming the Lux. This Lux has lost them the game. Look at her items compared to Dopa's gonna get Death Cap next and just one-shot everything. Him and Ezreal, man, against the world. Plus the Alistar. You can't leave the supports out. Jace is reconnected to the game. Going through to the bot side now. You never really want to see a team after getting that mid lane inhibitor grouping mid. You always want to be either going for a 4-1 or just a complete 5 onto the open inhibitor turrets. Or just something that has high mobility, shoving in the mid quickly and then moving across. Graves kills the Kindred. Kindred doesn't have ult yet. Jace has sold all items at this point. He has got an hourglass, a stopwatch, and he is most definitely oh, yep, he's running in. Oh my god. Ah, Korea. Korea. Absolutely. I definitely miss it. So Dopa's gonna get the win here, guys. And you could just see, like, early game, nice little ultimate. Early game, his team was completely fucked, yeah. I thought, like, the game looked to be over. I think at one point, you know, 5k down, 10 kills to maybe 1 or 2. And he stays composed, uses his lane and his wave manipulation to get huge leads over the Lux. Pops off some really good team fights, has some nice positioning. A couple of small little errors, but not that many. And hopefully you guys have learned something from this Orianna VOD gameplay. So just remember before you leave, drop a like on the video and your IGN and server for that Papercraft and Nivea giveaway. So until next time, guys, I love you all, and I'll catch you later.